Hey, this is JJ with J2 Fitness Pros, and we've been talking a lot about goal setting. And I want to talk about shaping the path, or what I call paving the path. I might call shaping the path, but it really has to do with goal setting. And when I say goal setting, when it applies to fitness, it also could be a habit or behavior, because it's a little different in the fitness arena. You just can't set a goal. You can't just say, I want to lose 5 pounds, because just setting a goal doesn't do anything. There's specific actions and behaviors you must do to get you there. So if you want to lose 5 pounds, you're going to have to eat a little cleaner. You might have to exercise a little bit more. So there's different things you need to do to get yourself there. And I think this shaping the path or paving the path is the most underlooked aspect when it comes to goal setting or behavior habit changing. And what we're talking about when we say shaping the path is making it easier for you to accomplish your goal. It's not just about attitude or motivation. It's not just more knowledge. It's not just more willpower. It's how you set yourself up for success. So when I was in the Marine Corps, one of my favorite things to do was land navigation. We had day nav, we had night navigation, just different ways. We had GPS, but I really like the old time when we used the old maps. We had maps with a blue overlay, red overlay, which means you lie down your map and you put the blue overlay on top and certain things show up. Sometimes you had to use a special flashlight, which special just means it had a red cap on it or a blue cap, and that allowed you to see certain paths or different markers. And sometimes you had to use night navigation. But what it is, you start at point A and get to point B. And how you get to point B is however good you are at reading the map and understanding the terrain and how to get you there. And usually your destination was just an ammo box with a certain code on it. It could be letters, numbers. Sometimes you could only see this code with night goggles on, so it's always kind of neat. Ammo cans about the size of a shoebox. So if you can see yourself just going through massive amount of woods and swamps and trying to find, a shoebox, it was quite fun. And there's many boxes out there. Some had different codes on it. Some were not your codes. Some didn't have anything to do with anything, just a decoy. So you really had to know your things. You just couldn't stumble upon a navigation box and say, oh, that must be it, because it usually wasn't. You had to be very precise and get yourself within 10 feet of this one little box. It was just a lot of fun. Understanding how to read the map, terrain, follow things, seeing different things on the map, and then finding it in person, saying, oh, this is the stump, or this is the terrain, we must follow that. So land nav was something I really liked. So when it comes to land navigation, let's say you just need to have a better attitude. So you're in the middle of the woods, just completely lost, have nowhere to go, you can't read a map, you don't know where you are. So just get more positive. Just say, I'm going to get through this. So you see, it's a little bit ridiculous. You just can't have a better attitude. You just can't have more motivation. Sometimes it's just not enough. You are highly motivated in the Marine Corps to finish this obstacle course. Doesn't mean that all Marines did it. I know we stumbled across a few Marines just kind of in a fetal position, just don't know what the heck they're doing. And the bad thing is, you just can't start from where you were lying in this fetal position. You got to go back to the beginning with step 1 and go 10 paces right, 10 paces left to get you back to where you need to be. So attitude just isn't always the right steps to do. And more knowledge, yes, more knowledge does help. If you can read the map and you can interpret, you can do a straight line or find a line of sight to the next stump, to the next tree, to the next land navigation, it will be a lot better for you. But I found out with my partner Dawson when we were in the Marines that if you can shape your path, make the path as easy as you can, you will get to your goal a lot faster. Now, in land navigation, you can follow certain terrains. You can look for a row of trees, because a row of trees usually means, it's not going to be in the swamp. It's a nice, straight, hard line. So even if it takes you away from your goal, if you understand where your goal is, you can get to your goal easier by going off the path. It's not always a straight line. I remember one was a night navigation. We actually found a hard top road, and we went out of our way probably about half a mile out of our way to get to this hard packed road. We ran half a mile towards our marker, and then we were lucky enough to pick up a Hummer, and that Hummer actually took us all the way to about 100 yards off of our drop box. So we got to this marker in record time by going totally off the path. But we understood our goal, our objective. We understood how to shape the path. So instead of trudging through the swamp, instead of trying to go through the brush, we went to a hard-beat path. It was a nice shaped path, a paved path, and it made it just so much easier to get to our destination. So that's how I want you to think. Whenever you set a goal or behavior or a habit, as soon as you set it, you should be thinking in your mind, how can I make this as easy as possible? So 4 cups of veggies a day. How can I make eating 4 cups of veggies every day so simple? What steps can I make to have it? Maybe it's preparing vegetables in advance. Maybe it's going to dinnertime.com, and just ordering vegetables so they're already made. Maybe it's going down to the salad bar at work and just getting a large salad with lots of veggies. No matter what it is, you need to start listing, how can I make this habit or behavior as easy as possible? And I will be talking more and more about that, because I'm a big believer in shaping the path is one of the goals. So one thing I always say about personal training, even, it's not that just some personal trainers like myself have this magic pill. Mostly it's, oh my god, I have a personal trainer and she's waiting for me at 6 a.m. I better get to the gym, because without her being there I wouldn't make it. So just having a personal trainer and someone expecting you to be at the gym is enough to get you to the gym, and that's just one action on top of another. So one thing I could also do when I do this behavior shaping the path is I'll have someone list down all the obstacles that they think they're going to come across. And most people know at this point in their life what obstacles they're going to have. Hey, family's going to get in the way. I'm not going to have something ready. Whatever it is. Lack of time, lack of organization. Just write down a list of every obstacle you've come across or think you're going to come across. And then what we'll do is we'll find solutions to those obstacles before they get there. So if you know you have 2 cups of veggies for lunch that you need to do and you run late for a meeting, we should already have a plan in place so you're late. Maybe it's doing a macro green or 1 scoop of the green powder to replace a veggie. So that's something we can do like that. So you'll have a whole list of obstacles and a whole list of solutions. So that's how I want you to think when you think goal setting. So look at your goals. Look at what behaviors you think you need to change or new habits you need to adopt, and immediately start thinking, how can I make this habit, this new behavior, as easy as possible? So this is JJ with J2 Fitness Pros, helping you to shape the path, and I will talk to you soon.